All right, so I think this is recording. Here they're asking us to simplify this product. We have a binomial times a binomial. So I would suggest that you do it in the form of a table. Um, so let's make a table. And you guys prefer to write your table like a tic-tac-toe board. And then I see a lot of you just scribble out this top upper left corner. And then it doesn't matter whether we write the 2i across the side or across the top. That doesn't matter. That's interchangeable. And now to the inside entries, we just multiply 2 times 2, we get 4. 2 times 7, we have 14, but don't forget to multiply it by I. And here we just have 2 times I. And here we have 7 times I squared. But remember that I squared is negative 1, so it changes the sign to a negative 7. We do have to remember that that I squared is negative 1. So now if we look at our table, we see that we have some like terms. The diagonal here, the 4 and negative 7 are like terms, and the 2i and the 14i are like terms. So if we add up our diagonals, we'll have our final answer. So 4 minus 7 is a negative 3, and 2i plus 14i is a 16i. And that's typically how we write that because we try to write our answers in standard form of a plus bi. Now, I do have students that prefer to not use a table but to use the word FOIL, and that's okay for binomial. This table will work even if you have trinomials, and the table is a nice organized way to apply the distributive property. Now, FOIL is also an organized way for the distributive property, but FOIL is only going to work if you have a binomial times a binomial. So you typically will write out the word FOIL. I like to write it vertically, and I treat the multiplication as inside, and for the middle, I treat it like the middle of the problem, and that helps me with my outside and inside. The f in FOIL is for the first terms of each binomial, so it's 2 times 2, and the outside outside being far away from the middle, and that's 2 times 7i. And the inside is here close to the middle, and that's I times 2, which we just write as 2i. And the last term of each binomial, I times the 7i, which is 7i squared. But since I squared is negative 1, it just changes the sign to a negative 7. So now we combine, we add these together, and we see that we have 4 plus a negative 7. That'll give us a negative 3. And we have 14i and 2i, and that gives us a 16i. And that's the same answer that we have from the table. And in fact, if you look at these entries, this 4 over here, the 4, you're spelling out the word FOIL within the table. You're just writing it across and then across again, spelling out that word FOIL. So we get the same answer either way. But remember, FOIL is limited to just binomials times a binomial, where a table has more applications. All right, so I hope that helps, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.